welcome back to another quick tutorial. Well, not exactly quick, it's actually quite long, but yeah, let's carry on. Okay, so where I left you guys off, we practically just had the gun. Actually not much going on. But now let's just quickly fix this up a little bit. Go to the cubes, get rid of the box colliders. Let's just get rid of all of them. Okay, now let's go back to the animations. Click on animations and then open the animation window. You want to set all of them to loop. And yeah, so let's go ahead and create our first script. One sec. Sorry about that, just wanted to see if I could stop the background noise, and I couldn't, that failed. But moving on. Create our JavaScript. Let's call this player. Let's just call that player. Let's open her up, and we get our usual screen. Okay, so we want to create variable. Let's call this player state. Now this is going to be a float. And default, we don't set that. We'll make it so that it sets itself. Let's quickly create our functions. Let's have player annons. Well, practically explains itself. We also want a function player state controller. Let me cut this either. Yeah, that makes me feel better. Okay, so we have our functions. Let's first go ahead into our into our update. We practically want it to do these. Close them off. Save. Let's just create some leeway space. Okay, save. And along with these, let's also create some space. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to make it so that if one of our axes is moving, we want it to say that the player is moving. Like if we move one of it, it'll work with an Xbox controller as well, so this is a pretty good way of making an FPS, if I do say so myself. So first of all, we want an input dot get axes, like I was saying. And first of all, we want to get the vertical axis. So let's spell vertical, right? I bet it's spelled. So we practically want it to say if we're pushing one of the vertical buttons, like W or S, moving forward or back. Yeah. And yeah, vertical. And it's not equal to 0. That's how I roll. Now I want the AND buttons, or no, all buttons even. It probably means all. Input dot get axes. Now we want to get the horizontal. There we go. Horizontal. I want to get the horizontal, and that must not be equal to 0. So it's practically saying if we're pushing one of these buttons or one of these buttons, so either moving forward and back or left and right, one or the other. So if it's 0, we're not pushing the key. If it's -1, we're going left. If it's 1, we're going right, or more than 1, whatever the hell it is. Yeah, it's practically it. Let's just add in the final brackets. Okay, now we want it to say something, obviously. Well, now what we could do, we can now we better start with the if. Basically, if we push in this, like whatever button you want in, put dot get button. Okay, now this is a string, this one here, and make sure it's no. Yeah, it's a string, which leads to, if you go to edit, project settings, input. See, I've already got one here for some reason. I'll delete it. We go to 18, and these are all the buttons. As you can see, we have the axes, the mouse X, we have everything here, the horizontal, the vertical, like I was saying. You want to create a new one, which would basically just duplicate the last one, and change the name to sprint, basically making a sprint key. Now in the positive button, that's the button which is going to be the sprint key, so you can either have like shift or like A, S, whatever the hell you want, but we want shift. Now there's two shifts on the keyboard, as most of you know. There's the left shift and the right shift. So I'm going to go for left shift. There's no capitals on these either. Shift. So now if we push left shift, yeah, if we push left shift, it'll basically say that this is being pushed. So basically we want it sprint. Felt like a mouthful to explain. Move it on. Yeah, so if the button's been pushed, we want our player state, player state to equal 3, which is going to be one of our last player states, 3, because we have the idle, which is going to be 0, then we have the walk, which is going to be 1, which means this is going to be 2. Okay, and then we're going to have else, player state equals 1, basically walking, and then we're going to have an else over here, and player state paste, equals 0. Okay, so if, just check this connects. Yeah, if we're pushing either up, down, left or right, which is basically what this if statement is, we want it to do these. If we're pushing sprint, we want it to do that. If not, we want it to do that. Although if we aren't pushing left, right or up and down, we want it to do this. So equals 0, basically idle. Okay, so now I'm going to go over to play animations, and this is the practically easy part, even though all of this is mainly easy. We're going to have if, then we're going to have our variable player state is equal to, what's sprint? Sprint's 3, we may as well do idle first, is equal to 0. Create a new variable. Create a game object. I think my left button's working well. Okay, let's just call this player animations. That's about right. Player animations. Seems like it. Let's create some space. Player animations. Player animations dot animation. Okay, that don't work. Dot. Okay, well, no, let's delete that. Save it. Player why isn't it even using the variable? Crap. No. Okay, I actually want to know why it isn't working. Just 1 second. What's wrong with player anim sec. that's going to be a game object. Okay, let's copy that. Player animaxTeabag done. Animation. Okay, still not working. Hold on, let's save this. It's going really slow, so I'm going to close it down and open it back up. And there we go. Player sec dot. See, it isn't even saying that if the color changes. It took us time there. Okay, I'm going to pause this episode for now, and I'm going to see why it's going so slow. Okay, there's no excuse for it going slow, it's just going slow. So, paste player animation sec dot animate. We're gonna have to go like because I won't be able to animation. I'm gonna have to try and guess my spelling and stuff because I'm usually not good with spelling. Cross fade. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's caps, so we're gonna have to go blind eye on this once again. See, I rely on the thing for my spelling. Okay, now this is gonna be the name of our animation. So we called it idle animation, and now we want to set smoothness 0.4. Yeah, seems cool to me. Alright, let's copy this. And let's paste that. Actually, if we change this to an else if, actually right there, just ignore me. Else if 1, 2. This is walking animation, and this is sprinting. Or is it just sprint? It's just sprint. Sprint animation. Okay, let's save that. Now I actually think, let's check for errors. Found equals, what you on about? Oh right, equals it equals. Forgot we have to have 2 equals. So confusing and pointless. But I guess that's up to them. Okay, so let's give this a test and let's find out. Okay. With if we go to our animations, untick the play automatically. Okay, it's not. I feel like such an idiot. Okay, click and drag the script into the game object and set the play animation section and drag the animation into there. Now play. Horizontal is not set up. Well, you can see if I spell horizontal. Okay, that's a capital H. Okay, play. Okay, you can see we're not pushing anything, we're just standing here and our gun is playing the idle animation. If we walk, plays the walking. Okay, hold on, let's add another light into here. Create other directional light. Okay, play. And yeah, it plays the walking animation. And if we sprint, plays the sprinting animation. Now you can see in the animation we didn't actually make it so that the gun moves to it, but that's because in our code we used this crossfade. If we just use play, it works now. Play, you'll see how jaggedy and crap it is. Oh, no, I'll just quickly show you with the sprint. This one. Oh, might as well just do it for all that. we hit play, it literally jumps there. And then sprinting it just like it's crap, boring, and crap, and kind of boring. So let's just stick to crossfade. Crossfade. Okay. Save. Play. Okay, walking and sprinting. That seems fine and perfect. Okay. Next tutorial, I'm gonna be doing aiming in, and probably I wanted to make it so that when you jump, he plays an animation, and then like I'm gonna make it so you can crouch and lay down, and then different animations while you're like laying down. So let's just save the scene as tester. Save. Let's create a new folder. Scenes. Minimize all these. Drag scenes into there. And yeah, save project. Close. And thanks for watching once again. This is 16 minutes. This is TEABAG and I'm signing out. 16.5 minutes, oh my god.